However, your whole entire queer group getting misgendered all at the same time is a bonding experience.
I can see this group in my head. Can you? I can. And they're all girls, and it's obvious. And one of them's probably wearing a tail.
Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was queer?
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So excited to have you here. We are doing another reaction video. How exciting. How exciting. If you appreciate the work that we do with these videos and appreciate the torment that I go through, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below to boost it in the algorithm. You know, do your part because I'm doing mine. I'm doing mine. I got some good ones for you today. So let's just dive right in. It's this person again.
I got misgendered last night in a brand new way I didn't know possible, and we need to talk about it. Getting misgendered.
I thought getting misgendered was supposed to be like devastating. But you seem pretty euphoric about it, and could it potentially be, I'm just spitballing, throwing it out there. I know I haven't really given this thing a chance to explain itself, but could it possibly be the fact that you actually don't care about your pronouns? It's a control thing. And you actually take pleasure in making other people's lives miserable by enforcing your pronoun usage that I assume changes every other week. Could that possibly actually be it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Gendered when you're by yourself sucks. Some days when it happens, you're just like, oof, that sucks. I'm probably gonna think about that all afternoon. And sometimes it sends you down a rabbit hole in your own brain. Damn, was it the clothes I was wearing? Should I have tried harder to present differently? Was it my voice? Ah!
I'm gonna say it's all of those things. I'm also gonna say it's the fact that you're a girl. And it's just very obvious. I think I see some scruff under the chin going on. But that's about the most that I'm seeing here. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's all of those things.
However, your whole entire queer group getting misgendered all at the same time is a bonding experience. Me and my whole group of queer friends walked out of a bar last night, and the bartender goes, "Good night, girls. Have a nice night." And as soon as the last person in our friend group walked out of the door, everybody let loose.
Why does she do that little like what? That is such a weird mannerism. Oh no, I paused it at the best part during Pride Month. Oh no. Oh no. So you're telling me that you have a whole group of friends, all of whom are queer, as you so put it, whatever that means. Remember when queer was an insult? Right. And none of you pass. And you all just look like girls. That tracks so much. I can see them. I can see this group in my head. Can you? I can. And they're all girls, and it's obvious. And one of them's probably wearing a tail.
Pride Month? Are you joking? Bro! There's quite literally not one girl in our fucking friend group.
They're all girls. Like that's oh, you guys. Oh, I don't have the energy for it today. Somebody do it in the comments for me.
Nah, facts. These bitches suck. The only other time I came here, they would only serve hot femmes at the bar. Like, bro. And me being the hot femme in question. They literally wouldn't serve them drinks unless I went up to the bar. I had to go up to the bar, and they would only sell me the drinks.
I'm so
This place
confused.
sucks. Yeah, screw this establishment.
Wait, this took a twist, and now I'm confused.
Anyways, getting misgendered sucks. I don't recommend it. But your whole friend group getting misgendered at once is definitely 100,000% a bonding experience.
Oh wait, that took a turn, and I don't know where it went. I don't understand what happened at the end of that video. We're gonna move on because I'm actually like I don't even have anything to say because I'm that confused. I think I missed a critical turning point you don't know who this person is, I believe they go by Lily. I think they're a nightmare, as you can tell. Oof. I think this is an appropriate time to say woof. I think his shirt says divorce your Republican husband. Yeah, please do. Set that man free from his misery, my God.
Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was queer? Sure, he was married to a woman eventually, but he had 2 male partners before that. The first
Okay, so this is something that only retarded people think. I'm going to just take a guess as to what he is going to get into, because there was a point in Lincoln's life where he shared a room, shared a bed with a man. And this would be because it was early 1800s, right? And so that was kind of normal. And also there just wasn't space in the area that he was living. He was living above, I want to say he was living above a lawyer's office, something of that nature. And this was not anything that was out of norm for the time. And I'm so tired of people like this freak supplanting their 2024 view of the world on history, because that's just not the way that it was. They do this with Jesus too. Yeah, like Jesus, like on a cross, Jesus. They do it with him too. And it's fucking weird. If you can't go through your life, through your world without projecting your sexuality onto everything around you, you have a mental problem. You need evaluated. We could tell already just by looking, but then you opened your mouth and now it's confirmed. Congratulations. We'll seek help for you.
First was Billy Green, a man that Lincoln met before he got into politics. Lincoln and Green shared a bed every night for 18 months. Now, the bed itself was smaller than a twin size, so the only way it could have worked is if they were spooning. And you could say that it's just 2 friends sharing a bed for 18 months, but how about this quote from Green, where he says that Lincoln's thighs are the most perfect any human could be. His thighs. After the 2 parted ways,
I'm going to come back to the fact that you are projecting 2024 worldviews on the 18 fucking hundreds. This, unless you are so obsessed with sex and sexuality, this isn't weird, especially for the 1800s. I'm sorry. Yeah, they are just 2 friends. I don't know what to tell you. That
Lincoln met the love of his life, Joshua Speed. On the very first day they met,
fun.
Lincoln moved in and started sharing a bed with Speed.
Because he didn't have anywhere to fucking live. He needed somewhere to live. I think Speed owned the house. I'm pretty sure this is the one that there was some kind of a business underneath. If I'm not mistaken, this is a 2-story house. There are living quarters upstairs, and there was some kind of business. I think it was a lawyer's office underneath. And that was the situation. It wasn't like love at first sight. It wasn't a Tinder date, and now they are together ever since. Miss Thing.
To be clear, Lincoln was a lawyer at this point. He had enough money to buy his own room. But for 4 years, he shared one with Joshua Speed. That is, until Speed introduced Lincoln to Mary Todd, his soon-to-be wife. This is when things get interesting. Now, Mary Todd was a social debutante, a high-class person who it looked good
She's
for
also
Lincoln
really
to
crazy.
marry. So Lincoln begins to court Mary Todd. However, this makes Speed jealous. And in the letters between Speed and Lincoln, you can see that the courtship put a big strain on their relationship. Speed's jealousy even led Lincoln to temporarily break up with Mary Todd. But life happens, and Speed eventually had to move back to his family estate after his father's death.
Notice how he doesn't show any of these letters or cite any of his sources. I mean, it's kind of hard to debunk things that he's not showing, right? I don't know if Lincoln and Mary Todd broke up at some point in their relationship. I'm going to need you to... The burden of proof is on you, buddy. But I'm just going to go ahead and say that, yeah, especially back in that time when you started dating the person, people didn't just date frivolously like they do now. Like, this is what I'm saying when I say, like, you're putting your 2024 view of the world. You can't. because the world was so different then. People did not just like date and then break up and then date someone else and then break up. Most people dated and married like the first person that they dated. Like that's kind of just the way things were back then. So when Lincoln started dating Mary, yeah, it probably got pretty serious, and he probably did not have time for his lawyer buddies anymore. I mean, the reaching, and what this ultimately comes down to is what I've been saying this whole video of supplanting your sexuality in everything you see. This is why people have a problem with a drag story hour, because it's not as simple as a guy in a goofy costume reading stories to children. It isn't. It's you're supplanting your ideologies into these kids' minds, because they project this shit into every single thing they do. They project it into history constantly. Lincoln is not unique. He is not a unique target in this. It's just...
And when Speed got married to a woman back home, Lincoln wrote him a letter saying how he was afraid he'd be forgotten forever, and signed that letter, "Yours forever, Lincoln." Now, there's lots more evidence.
I'm going to say this one more time. I do not think that this is the evidence that you think it is. I'm sounding like a broken record, so I'm really going to only say this one more time. That kind of language was just normal for them. This kind of interaction, guys were not so hyper masculine back then. There wasn't... Cultures changed. Men were more comfortable with being, especially somebody like Lincoln, who was an intellectual. He wasn't a rough and gruff kind of guy. This was just normal. I'm sorry to break it to you. Lincoln was not, in fact, queer. Sorry. But we're moving on because I can't stand this anymore. So this is a resurfaced video of Kamala Harris. Let's take a look.
Down with deportation, up with education, 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 down with deportation, up with education.
You really think she's gonna enforce the fucking border? If you give any kind of fuck about the border, or about how many people have illegally come into our country over the last couple of years, you have no right voting for Kamala Harris. And if those are concerns that you have and you still vote for Kamala Harris, you're dull. You don't have there's no one home upstairs. If you can somehow you can't reconcile those two things, and that's the problem. That's cute. That's real cute. Stay cute. But okay, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed. Like I said, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. It really does help me out a ton, and I really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys all next Monday on the podcast, and we will have another reaction video on Thursday. Bye.